Are there going to be any other movies for the books?
Are there going to be more movies? I don't know. If they're planning that, I'm not aware of it. So, I don't know.
Why did you base Percy Jackson off of Perseus, the Greek legend?
Well, Perseus, I just like the name Percy. I thought that would be a fun name. But Percy is, one of the biggest heroes in Greek mythology. And his mom, it says somewhere like in the Sea of Monsters or something, she named him that because he was one of the heroes that had a happy ending. All the other heroes, they're poisoned, tortured, they're killed on the battlefield, horrible things happen to them. But in most of the versions, Perseus has a happy ending. And that's why she named him Percy, even though he's the son of Poseidon, and the original Perseus was the son of Zeus. His mom is hoping that he'll have a happy ending as well.
Did you see Clash of Clans?
I haven't seen the new one. No. I saw, the original cheesy one that we grew up with. I have to say, I'm more of a Jason and the Argonauts man. Claymation is the way to go.
First of all, I love the Percy Jackson series, and The Sea of Monsters is my favorite book out of them all, because I started reading it when I was like 7. But my question is, what is your favorite part about writing like The Sea of Monsters and like the other books?
My favorite part of writing a book is being done. It's such a long process, and there's so much that goes into it. It's always difficult. So when I'm finally done, and I print it out, and I send it off to my editor, or I email it to my editor, it's such a sense of relief. Until a day later, when I start second-guessing myself, and saying, oh no, what have I done? It's not ready, it's not ready. But that's definitely the series of completion. A second thing that I like would be when I get the actual book, the first copy hot off the presses, as they say, and I'm holding it in my hand and it's a real thing. I love that.
If you had a chance, would you go back in and fix or rewrite or fiddle with the first book?
Oh, everything. I'd change everything, yeah. One of my friends once said that a book is never done, it's only due. You have to turn it in at some point. And if I go back and I read like my Tracy Navarre books now, I wrote this. Because now I would change everything. Of course, we have to cover that next time.
I like both of your books. But who is your favorite Egyptian god? And plus the graphic novel?
Oh yeah, the graphic novel. I haven't told you guys about that yet. First question first. My favorite Egyptian god, I do think it's Anubis, and that's why I chose to sort of do an interesting twist on him. I think he gets a bad rep in Egyptian mythology, and he was one of the most important gods. Interesting fact that I found out when I was talking to a curator at a museum recently. If you look at funeral art with Anubis in it, Anubis' hand is always holding the scale, and he's always tipping it in the favor of the person who's being judged. So he's not impartial, he's trying to help you out. It's probably sort of wish fulfillment, but I just love that fact. And the graphic novel of The Lightning Thief is amazing. It's great. I just saw the final thing a few weeks ago. You're going to love it. It comes out October 12th, the same day that The Lost Hero comes out. So definitely, if you're into graphic novels, check it out. I'm really, the team that worked on it just did a fabulous job, so I'm really excited about it.
About earlier, you said you like comics and superheroes. Who's your favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero? I'd have to say Spider-Man. But that's, pre-movies, pre-anything, that's like way back. I did grow up on comic books, even when I didn't like reading. My uncles were great comic book collectors, not formal, like they collected them to collect them, but just that's what they grew up on. So they had this old army chest full of Golden Age and Silver Age comics, and that's what I grew up with. I had no idea how valuable those things were. I don't know what happened to them, but I was reading like, Spider-Man from like issue 1, and I didn't know that was, a valuable thing. It was just a story thing. But they had all of those, the X-Men, the original Fantastic Four, the really early Batmans and Supermans. I loved it all. The fantastic stuff. And one of my favorite comments that a kid made one time, I asked them who their favorite god was, their favorite Greek god, and she said Batman. And you know, she's not far off, because it's the same concept. I think the Greek gods really are our first superheroes.
Hi, my name is Alexis. I was wondering, because I've been to the redperiod.com and there's like nothing there. There's like just the book and like the first chapter.
Redperiod.com?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess that's either a site that was like just a preview site, or maybe it's not even one of our sites. I don't remember offhand. If you go to my site, rickriordan.com, there's a link to the Disney site that I think it's the Kane Chronicles.com, and that's got a lot more on it, including like character pictures and videos and all kinds of stuff. So check that out, and you might find it.
I've read all your books, and I wanted to know which is your favorite character out of all the books you've written.
My favorite character out of all the books I wrote, Grover. Yeah, thank you. You know, I'm good. It's Tyson or Grover. They're my favorites. How about your series? Do you have a favorite?
You know, the villains are always much more fun to do.
I gotta say, he's amazing. You know, I keep rooting for him, even though he's just.
Hold the camera for a second.
He's not quite
Oh, good.
Who's your favorite in Rick's books?
Hi, my name is Lika and Chetta, and I've read all your Percy Jackson books. I just love them. I really do. The first one I just got hooked on the first page. I was like, interesting. I was thinking, how does it feel like to have your first book of the Percy Jackson series be a movie?
It's interesting. It's not something that I've ever really thought about, and that may sound weird because I know that a lot of people, that's like the first thing they sort of jump to. Oh, you have a book. When is the movie coming out? I never really thought of it that way. I sort of see the book as kind of the ultimate form of the story. And if there's a movie, that's nice, but you know, it's never going to be as good as the book. I love. Now, don't get me wrong. I love movies, but I think movies made out of books, that's tricky. You know. But I mean, it's very flattering, and it's cool, and it's exciting too, and it's neat how many people didn't know about the books before, now know about the books, so that's awesome. It's been a real exciting run.
You know your favorite superhero is Spider-Man? It's mine too.
Well, there you go.
I had the example.
Did you meet him? Did you get his autograph?
No, but I did get to, shake hands with him, say hi.
Yeah, and then stick.
He said he was my favorite superhero too.
Excellent. Phenomenal.
Thank you. Bye.
You bet, you bet.
So, how do you think your fans will like the Red Pyramid compared to the Percy Jackson series?
You know, they're very different in many ways, and they're similar in a lot of ways too. And I was really nervous about that because it's hard when you have one series that people are aware of and they're really familiar with it, and there's a lot of expectation that, well, where's the next one? And I was nervous about doing something different. I was afraid that a lot of readers would be really upset about that. I was surprised, though, for the most part, everybody read the Red Pyramid and really liked it. They said, this is different, but that's okay. And there's a whole range of reactions to it. Some people thought, well, it's really, really similar to Percy Jackson. And it is in a way, because Egyptian mythology is in a lot of ways very similar to Greek. I mean, there's like this big villain who's trying to make a comeback, and there's this group of gods that have the different powers, and a lot of them are very much like the Greek gods. So there are some similarities. But for the most part, I think the fans have liked it, and I'm really happy about that. So I hope